Hi, this is Joe again with another review. And for in this video, we're going to do a TV show. Matter of fact, one of the more famous, well, at least here in the New York City area, one of the more popular television shows for kids, a children's show. And there's the WPIX Channel 11 show called The Magic Gone, which aired from 1972 to 1984. And you can say WPIX Channel 11. Which at that time was an independent station owned by the Tribune Company. And I think it's still owned by the Tribune Company today, but it's the excuse me, it's one of the affiliates for the CW network. Now, further was originally that became first in 1995 became part of the WB network, and then became part of the CW network. Like I said, I'm doing the show The Magic Gone, which was produced here in New York, produced by Channel 11, and it aired for 12 years. Which is a long time for a children's show like this. At the time that it was on television, there were several children's television shows that were not on PBS. I mean, there were like really about like four big shows. The Magic Gone, News and Review, which is horrible. The Great Space Coaster, which wasn't bad, and of course one of the more other famous ones, Romper Room. But the Magic Gone was filmed right here in New York City, and the two hosts and stars and co-creators of the show were Carol Demas and Paula Janis, who were best friends since they were 14 years old. And Carol Demas, who was an actress, and Paula, who was a school teacher. Carol was offered an audition to go down to studios of Channel 11, and she was offered to host a children's television show, or at least audition for it. And she said, "I got an idea. Why don't I have my friend Paula, because we used to teach kids and entertain them. If you allow my friend to come in, maybe the two of us would do some stuff for you on camera, and do like a test screening and see how it will work out." And Channel 11 was open to that idea, so both of them wrote a whole bunch of material for him and did it on camera, and of course it worked because they had great chemistry on the air for being friends for such a long time. In real life, not just on the show, but in real life as well. And so they got the jobs and they hosted the show for 12 years. And they did a great job. I mean, this was a terrific show for kids. I used to remember watching it when I was a kid. And it was very simplistic. What I mean is, of course, in those days you didn't have computer graphics, you didn't have CGI to fall back on. There's these two pretty good looking women telling stories, telling jokes, singing songs, and telling children's stories and fables, and pretty much entertain kids for a half hour. Of course, they had several segments. Of course, sticks out in everybody's mind. At first, they sing the song from the Magic Gone song, and of course, in the show stars, they sing the Hello song. They sing the Hello song for kids, who are watching in the audience, and they mention a couple of kids' names. Hi, Joe, or hi, Jill, or Jack, or Charlie, whatever. They mention a couple of kids' names, and of course they get into the show. Of course, they just can't have these two women be on the show the whole time. So on the show they have puppets. At first they just had had a puppeteer named Terry, I believe that's how his last name is pronounced, and he was the creator and puppeteer of two puppets that were on the show. At first he just had one puppet for a long time, and his name is Sherlock the Squirrel, and it was a pink squirrel. And then later on in the series you had born a friend for Sherlock, Flapper the Bird. And of course they acted like the children on the show, and of course with Carol and Paul as the adults, and they try to teach them lessons, how to behave and how they should act, and do maybe like a little child psychology a little bit, and helping resolve each other's problems on the show, which just happened from time to time during the episodes of the series. But of course, other than those lessons segments, there were several elements of the show that became kind of iconic in the show and during the show's run. One of them was, of course, during what's called the Chuckle Patch, which goes in the whole set. Like I said, the whole set was filmed in Channel 11 Studios. And you had this tree called a magic tree, where Sherlock the squirrel were living. But at the base of the tree, they had a little patch of daisies called the Chuckle Patch. And of course, if you look close, you see a string being pulled so the daisies will move. And of course, you hear laughter. And it's because this little Chuckle Patch will have like little jokes on them, on the leaves. And Carol and Paula will sit down by these flowers and tell a couple of jokes. It was like kids' jokes, you know. For example, one has 5 fingers and can't pick up a spoon, and the other one would repeat it. It says a glove. And the real answer is, of course, a glove. And until those types of jokes, and of course, the magic tree would drop stuff down, and they would play like certain games with whatever presents the magic tree would come down with. And of course, the other segment that to me has become iconic, and when it used to have this segment, it used to scare the shit out of me. The reason why is because there was a certain movie that came out in 1975, 3 years into the run of the Magic Wand, called Jaws, right? So and it used to be the story box segment. And of course, the story box was like this big chest, and when the time to do the segment, the top of the chest, the story box would go up and down, up and down, up and down like this. And of course, it was more obvious to see the strings pulling the top of the box open and shut, like it was in the Chuckle Patch. It was a little more obvious because of the blue background. You would see the box opening and closing, and it was like Jaws, the shark, or the shark in Jaws, seeing the thing opening up and opening and closing like this. I mean, it used to scare the hell out of me. But the story box was when they had like little props or costumes telling certain children's stories, like Red Riding Hood, Country Mouse and the City Mouse, plus other fables like the Boy and Crane Wolf, and other children's stories and fables. And of course, each one would have a lesson at the end of these particular stories that Carol and Paula would perform. And of course, what a lot of people didn't know, which of course I know now, was that Carol Demas, at the time that the Magic Wand was going to tape the episodes, and when the episode was going to come on the air, Carol was the original was the original Sandy in the original Broadway production of Grease. And of course, if many of you have seen my review of the Grease movies, back in I think 2006, I think it was, NBC decided to do a reality show for, I'm getting off topic here, but did a reality show to cast a new Danny and Sandy, and they hyped Olivia Newton-John as a guest judge as the quote the original Sandy. Of course, Magic Wand fans like myself were outraged over the fact that Carol Demas did not get her the credit that she deserved as being the original Sandy on that show. So what NBC did was they pulled the hype of the original Sandy as the movie Sandy, which was Olivia Newton-John played the part of Sandy in the movie, and not Carol Demas. They didn't even give Carol a cameo. I'm sure if Grease was made today instead of back in 1978, I'm sure they would have given Carol a cameo as maybe playing the part of the principal or something that Eve Owen played in the movie. Giving her some kind of, or playing a teacher or something, some type of a cameo I feel that she deserves to be in. If they ever make a new movie version of Grease, I'm sure they're more likely than not give Olivia Newton-John a cameo and not Cal, which is a shame. So at the time that Magic Wand started taping, Cal was doing Grease. And what I did like about the show is that they did put in, from time to time, or sing a song from a Broadway musical throughout the course of the series. And which I feel is great. And they did perform not only did they perform children's songs, but also once in a blue moon perform a Broadway song. But I don't ever remember if Carol and Paula just happened to be watching this video. If you ever did a song from Grease, if you just happen to do a song from Grease on the show, please let me know. I don't think they did, but if you ever did a song from Grease, please let me know in the comments below. But as the show itself, it is one of the better children's television shows I can remember growing up as a kid. And I know I'm taping this show on Friday, December 19th. On Sunday, December 21st, WPIX Channel 11 is going to broadcast for the second year in a row, because they did this last year, because they happened to find this video last year, which was the missing Christmas episode of the Magic Wand. And this Sunday, they're going at 1 p.m. Eastern Time on WPIX Channel 11. They're going to broadcast it again, and it's a 1-hour Christmas special. And they had it on a year ago, and I kind of enjoyed it. Because it wasn't too lame, it wasn't overdone with the Christmas angle. It was like maybe like towards the end of it, but I do enjoy the special, and I still enjoy the show, the Magic Wand. I remember back in 2002, on the 30th anniversary of the Magic Wand, on Thanksgiving, Channel 11 did also a 1-hour retrospective show on the Magic Wand, hosted by Cal and Paula, and they're telling the stories of how the show got made, how they got the ideas for explain the certain segments of the show, like I mentioned already, like the Storybox and the Chuckle Patch and the Magic Tree, and explain Sherlock and Flapper. And then, of course, once in a while they have actual live animals on the show. Once in a while, not the real big, huge animals like lions or tigers and bears. Oh my! Quoting the Wizard of Oz there on that bit, but they would bring in like little live animals on the show from time to time as well, and they will explain, what the animal does and what they like to eat and all that type of thing. And also, of course, one of the more popular bits on the show was when Sherlock the Squirrel tries to trick Cal and Paula out of peanuts. You know what I'm saying, like peanuts in a box or in a little paper bag or something. And Sherlock would come up with a trick to trick them out of the peanuts, or snare the peanuts from them. It was always kind of popular and fun and silly bit on the show. At least it would add a little bit of comedy on the show. I'm telling you now, if the Magic Wand was made today, with all the nitpickers out there, I'm talking about the stupid, idiotic parent groups out there, who, like in my Disney movie reviews they've done before, they will slow down and pick up little things that just having to slip, that the Disney animators just slip into their movies to maybe get more publicity out of them. If the Magic Wand was made today, these parent groups will make a huge stink with the Magic Wand. Not so much of the content of what Cal and Paula were doing, in terms of giving lessons to the kid. I'm not talking about the lessons part of it and the songs and everything else. I'm talking about the impression it would make in terms of you have two women on the show, two best friends, two bosom buddies and all that, and that's it, no men on the show at all. Because people today would probably think that they're two lesbians. That's how stupid people are today. They think they're two lesbians. And what makes it worse is that Sherlock the squirrel is not, a gray squirrel or black squirrel. The typical colored squirrel that you normally will see in the United States or in most countries. It was a pink squirrel. And of course, those of you who don't know, a pink squirrel is an actual a name for an alcoholic drink. So of course nowadays, if they made the show today with a pink squirrel, people say, "Hey, you're promoting alcoholism on a kids show." That's one thing. Another thing people will make about the show is that you have a flapper, the bird, who has like a multicolored wings, and it looks like maybe a homosexual flag on flapper's wings. So now they're promoting it. Nowadays, in 2014, people would say, "Hey, you're promoting a gay agenda on your show." From the relationship with Flapper and Sherlock, to, of course, the relationship between Carol and Paula. Even though they're legit friends, like I said at the top of this video, they were friends since they were 14 years old. In reality, they're still friends today, and they're over 70 years old now. I think they're about like 70. If I'm mistaken, I think they're about like 72 or 73 years old now. But at the time, they were like 30 years old in the short story, and they were friends since they were 14. So to say that the two are gay, but the two women and they're so close in the relationship or in their friendship, they think, that they're gay. Well, the only two gay relationships that I know, the two friends that are that close, are Oprah and Gail. That's a gay relationship. No question that they're gay. But Carol and Paula are not gay. Right? They're not gay at all. But if the show was made today, people would think that they probably are, and so is Sherlock the Squirrel and Flapper, their relationship. And that Sherlock the Squirrel is an alcoholic drink. I mean, people will make that stink. I didn't even know a pink squirrel was an alcoholic drink until I saw the movie Cocktail. So when they mentioned a pink squirrel, what the hell is a pink squirrel? And for the only pink squirrel I knew was Sherlock the Squirrel. And didn't think that was an alcoholic beverage until I saw Cocktail. But people will say, "Oh, you're promoting alcoholism by having a pink squirrel on the show." Because like I said, these stupid parent groups were making stink over everything. Like they did with Sesame Street with Cookie Monster. Make him, instead of eating cookies, it makes him eat vegetables. So saying, cookies are a something snack. But I know I'm getting off on a tangent. But, but it's still, the Magic Wand is still one of the best kids shows. I think you could maybe see a couple of episodes on YouTube. I know if the Christmas, the Magic Wand Christmas show is on YouTube. I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't know. But those of you who haven't seen this video and who happen to live in the New York City area, click on the channel 11 this weekend and you can see the Christmas, the Magic Wand Christmas special. It was found a year ago, and Channel 11 in a hidden room in the Channel 11 studio. Now, those of you who don't know what the Channel 11 studio is, I have an idea. If you ever watched the very first Superman film, the scene where Clark and Lois are walking through the lobby, and you see walking around this big globe in the lobby of the building. That's the Channel 11 building. Now, by that time, Channel 11 shared the building with the New York Daily News, and most of the newspaper scenes that were in that it was filmed from the first 3 Superman films was filmed in that building. The only time that it was filmed in an actual studio was the beginning of the big fight scene with General Zod, Nan, and Ursa when they were sort of tearing up the Daily News, the Daily Planet building. That was filmed in the studio. but everything else that was filmed in that building was filmed for the in the Daily News building. They shared that building with Channel 11. In case you want to know where the building is, it's 42nd Street and 2nd Avenue in New York City. So for all your tourists out there visiting New York or planning to visit New York during Christmas week, you go to 2nd Avenue, 42nd Street. That's where the Channel 11 building is. Those of you having to see this video and coming to New York City as tourists. So that's gonna I know I'm getting off tangent for that, but giving you a little trivia with the Channel 11 where the Magic Garden show was filmed. I happen to know where the building is because I passed by it a few times over the years. So I happen to know, hey, that's where the Channel 11 building and that's where the Magic Garden was filmed. Plus the Channel 11 news. Now, but that's my review for the Magic Garden. Like I said at the top, it's one of the best children's shows ever, and even though I'm not a little kid anymore, if I ever have a chance to watch that show, I'll watch it. And because it brings back memories, brings back nostalgia for me. And anybody who grew up in the New York City area that happens to have WPIX Channel 11 will have fond memories of this show as well, especially my generation. Because I think I'm part of the last generation that grew up watching that show. That's my review of the Magic Garden. Please click on the show, please rate it. Please subscribe to my channel, and please forward this video on your Facebook pages. Thank you for watching, and please check out my other videos. And if I don't do another video between now and next week, I will wish all you people out there a very Merry Christmas, a very Happy Hanukkah, and a very Happy New Year. And a happy 2015, and please continue watching my videos and keep supporting me. Thanks for watching.